these latest spate of service delivery protests?
Thank you and your viewers. The latest spate of protests indicates a growing dissatisfactions amongst our people, but it's an issue that has been there for quite some time, and government has been trying by all means to meet the demands of the people, but with the challenges that we have of resources, we have not been able to meet those demands as expected, and that's why this growing anger has gone to a situation where it led to protests, as you see them mushrooming in many parts of the province.
But I think, MEC, part of what the residents in many towns in the Free State have been complaining about is lack of communication between themselves and the municipality. For example, now we've just had a chat with our reporter who is in Moemaning Marquardt now. They've been waiting for the mayor to come address them since 2 o'clock. That had not happened at 3 when we were speaking to a journalist.
Yes, we have been trying to talk to our leadership in different municipalities to open lines of communication, because more often than not, the lack of communication is the key problem that leads to a situation where people take to the streets because they don't have enough information. And you may find that in some cases, municipality has been trying hard to provide services, but because of lack of information, not communicating to communities, that creates a problem where, misperception, fill the streets and people immediately take to the street.
But what happens to those political heads, for example, like your mayor who's supposed to be in touch with the communities and they don't do that? What happens to such MEC? Because community members, like for example in Marquardt, what they're complaining about is they submitted their memorandum of demands and concerns to the municipality. 7 days later, nothing had happened. They had not heard from the municipality. So who is supposed to take the blame and who's supposed to account in this situation?
Yeah, well, it depends on the contents of the memorandum, because in some cases you find that the issues that are being raised with the local leadership, in terms of the delivery, such delivery has to come from other spheres of government, like provincial government or national government. Taking an example of Moemaning, the issue of water is an issue that has been there, that we as the province and the local leadership has been raising with the national department, and late last year when we attended the portfolio committee at the national parliament, we then got information that because of the problems created by companies that were contracted by the national department to do work, the department has decided to provide that service internally. So there's a new system now of an internal company of the department to deal with the issue of water in those areas. So at the moment, that company is busy working on the work that was supposed to have been done by that company that was removed from there. So it's an issue that lies with the national department, not necessarily with municipality, but sometimes the issue of not communicating leads to a situation where that lack of information creates confusion, and because municipality is the first line of accountability, they have to carry all the burden of government.
And it's not the case. Hence my question to you, MEC, what should happen to the individuals who were supposed to have communicated this information to the community members? Let's just take Lady Brent, for instance, here. The community members went, they were protesting yesterday, of course, in demand of specific service deliveries issues. So the mayor then went to address the community members and an agreement was sort of reached. The question is, why should they wait for a situation to get out of control before action is taken by the leaders?
Yeah, some of the protests, depends on the situation of a locality. With Lady Brand, for instance, we have been dealing with the concerned group there for quite some time, the mayor and the team from the provincial government, and we had agreements, and it just took us by surprise when there was a sudden upsurge of violence. When there has been communication, there has been interaction, and we even went to a situation where we sent different government departments to deal with different issues in that area. It just took us by surprise. But with Makwat, for instance, we have assembled a team to go there and discuss with the protesters, so that we can be able to isolate issues. Those that must go to provincial government must deal with them, and those that municipality must attend to them, they should do so accordingly. But
will you personally be going to Marquardt? Because from what our reporter is telling us is that community members are now, they've been waiting for Setsoto Mayor Ntateng Mauka, as well as leadership from the provincial government. Are you going to Marquardt to address the concerns of the residents?
Even though I had not got that invitation, I will go there, because I've talked to the mayor telephonically to check what are the real problems, and I'll be going there and discuss with the leadership of the municipality and discuss with the leadership of the community, so that we come to an agreement on certain things and be able to provide the community with services they deserve.
But do you know exactly when will you be going to the area, MEC?
I had thought that immediately after the interview, I'll be going there. It means later today. Yeah. I'll be in Marquardt to check the people that will be available to interact with, because as the situation is, we need not waste any time, but to attend to the problems immediately.
All right, but are you generally worried with what we have seen happening in the Free State province? I mean, we're reporting this morning as well that there was a protest action taking place in Paris. As the MEC responsible for local government, is this worrying?
Yes, it's a worrying situation. It's a worrying situation because if you have as many people as possible not satisfied with the services that we are providing, it therefore says that we must make introspection, deal with all the problems that we think we have, so that we can be able to deliver the services that are expected by the community. We know that we may not fully satisfy everyone, but we have to, as much as possible, try to assist in providing services to our communities.
All right, MEC, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us on SA Today. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs MEC in the Free State Province, Oupa Khoabane, joining us live from SABC studios in Bloemfontein. Our reporter, Aphumelele Mdlalane, is still on the scene. We'll surely touch base with her to find out if the MEC has indeed visited those disgruntled community members.